So I'm going to be recapping how I ended up buying this stock at the exact low in the pre-market, bottom ticking it for a quick $3,000 profit, selling into the morning spike. I'm also going to be explaining to you on where we're going to be looking to potentially buy this stock back and what are my current views on this stock. I would also encourage you to watch my previous two videos. That's going to prepare you with the live trading education along with how to trade the best setups at the best prices on the SPY. Also watch my previous video on BBBY to get a better understanding of where I see this for the long term. With that being said, man, let's get straight into it. So in terms of the pre-market, I made it very clear to my team, and I also made it very clear in yesterday's video that I made on BBBY as well. We had gaps to fill below, and what I was interested in doing was I was interested in targeting those gaps to buy shares, right? I don't want to buy options on a penny stock unless I'm looking to do maybe a potential swing trade. But the reason why I was targeting to buy this stock at the gaps is because it was likely due to reverse. It was likely to have some sort of morning spike. And the reason why I felt that way is it was down 50%. And we're going to have whales like Jim C, who ended up swing trading shorts and put options on BBBY with heavy size. His plan was to cover directly at open because, as you know, when a stock gaps down massively and if you're swing trading puts, if you're shorting the stock, you cover immediately. He ended up doing that and he made a $60,000 profit on BBBY. Big shout out to him. I believe that was his biggest green day ever, and he's been trading with me since the get-go. He's been trading with me for over 5 years now, and he's crushing it, man. And he ended up swing trading puts and going short, and he got out directly at open. Our plan was to buy directly at open because we know shorts are going to cover, and the stock's already oversold down 50%. So we're going to target this gap. There's a gap to fill below at 305. As you could see, it wasn't too long ago where BBBY was at $3.11 and it had a massive move up. So don't you think, in terms of market open, if this were to gap down 50% and flash crash straight back to the support, straight back to the gap, don't you think it would start to have a reverse and a quick morning spike for a nice lucrative opportunity once the shorts cover and the stocks get squeezed and the volume starts to come in and then it gets halted again? Yes, the most likable outcome was to buy the stock at open. I ended up buying in the pre-market because it hit my key level and formed support. As you can see, we're 10 steps ahead of the game, man. Jim's just waiting to get out and bank on his puts, and we're buying shares in the pre-market trying to get this thing going, man. Take a look here. We ended up buying shares. Top G ended up getting in at 9:11 a.m. at 3:15. Dimitri ended up buying at $3.06 at 9:12 a.m. And then I waited a little bit longer and got the best price at 9:13 a.m. I bought at 3:02 a.m. We all sold into the morning spike. And we're snipers. That's what we're doing. And we're not blatantly pumping these. We're not trying to pump these or anything. I alert my trades in real time. And what I was doing was I was taking advantage of the shorts covering for a quick micro pump and squeeze to be created because it makes sense. This was just at $3. It went all the way to $7. If it gaps down and instantly drops back to $3 and closes the gap, I'm going to buy when it makes sense to buy at the gap for a reversal. And what did I tell you guys in the videos? When a stock fills a gap that's oversold, waiting to fill below, we have this gap that's sitting here at $3.05. Literally just yesterday, this was at $3.11. It went to $7. It gapped down. It's oversold now. What's the most likable outcome for a morning scalp? A spike. Because the bears are going to cover, it's going to create a short squeeze, the volume is going to step in, everyone's going to get hyped and start to try to buy into the stock. Now, the key is wait for the gap to fill at 305, which is what I ended up doing, and then I waited for bullish confirmation. It was bouncing off the gap. It was forming support. You have a bullish pin right here. And what do I tell you all the time? When you see a stock fill the gap, if it's oversold at support and it forms a gray doji, a trend reversal candlestick, that is where you're going to want to buy the stock. If you see a stock at resistance fill a gap, say this goes back to 586, you see it forming resistance and it forms a doji, that is where you short the stock and buy the puts. That is how I was able to buy shares at the exact bottom and sell very, very quickly into this morning rip for a $3,000 profit. So with that being said, that's how I was able to do that. Now you're probably wondering, well, Will, what do you think about this stock? I made a video discussing my long-term point of views. I'm still waiting to take a swing trade or investment opportunity in this. Here's what the chart is telling me right now. And this is what I want to bring awareness to. So I want you to take a look at the daily candlestick. The daily candlestick and the weekly candlesticks and the monthly charts are going to give you a better perspective on where this is heading for the longer term in terms of price action, timing, and great entries, right? So we have a gap to fill below at 282. We have multiple gaps to fill below right here. So these are going to be the entries that we're targeting with bullish confirmations and bullish reactions. In terms of swing trading, we need strong bullish candlesticks. This is not a strong bullish candlestick. This is showing a bearish reaction at the gap, and there's gaps to fill below, which is not good for the short term. Now, what I also do is I will look to see how BBBY reacts at similar moves and similar prices with the daily candles to help with the price action analysis. So right now it's towards the bottom gap support, and it formed like this trend reversal red kind of bearish pin here. So looking to see how it reacts historically, you can see that it kind of did the same thing right here. It had a massive gap down. It formed this like red bearish trend reversal candlestick towards the gap. It went a little bit lower. Then it started to reverse again and have a nice pump before going lower. So that's one thing that I'm going to keep an eye on. I'm going to keep an eye on consolidation towards the $2.80 to $3 level. I'm going to keep an eye on bullish confirmations forming. And that's what I'm going to do. I'll take it one day, one step at a time. I pointed the pattern to you. This is very, very simple stuff. Again, see how it forms this kind of bearish candlestick towards support, and then within time it tries to pump, and then see how it forms this bearish daily candlestick right here, and then within time it starts to pump for a little bit, right? So there's no bullish confirmation yet. Based off of what the chart's telling me, it's a tad bit too early, but we are due for some sort of spike. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to keep an eye for bullish confirmations, and those confirmations for me are strong consolidation, strong support forming, bullish trend reversal doji candlesticks, along with the consolidation and the support. So right now what I'm going to be looking at is 305 and 282. Those are my two make or break zones. It's going to be a little bit too early, but we are due for some sort of spike, but we need some sort of confirmation. So it's a waiting game. You have to wait for the bullish confirmations. We will alert all of this in real time within Trader Society, what we decide to do with this stock. With that being said, man, if you want to master the SPY and you really want to focus on trading the best steps, best prices, man, you need to watch those past two videos that I posted and watch the playlist. I'm going to link it down below. Watch the playlist, watch the two previous videos. If you are ready to join Trader Society, it's the best time to join. It is a one-time fee. It is a lifetime access. All of the information is linked down below. With that being said, I'm going to be signing off for the night. I will see you guys tomorrow live at Market Open.